Welcome to Intro to Cultural Anthropology. I am David Leitner. I'm your professor this semester, and I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to the course and how it's structured and how to navigate your way through. First thing I want to show you is this is the home page. This is the first thing you'll see after you log into the course on Canvas. And the most important thing about this are these three buttons here. This button will take you to the syllabus page. I'll show you in a minute. This will take you to the modules page, which is where you're going to do everything. And this will take you to the student orientation. Let me just switch real quick to student view so you can see things the way you'll see them, not the way I see them. Up here, you'll see the announcements. All you have to do is click on them to read them. And down here, the first thing I want you to do is go to the student orientation. Now, I want you to do this even if you've used Canvas before. It might be good to have another sort of go around with the basics just to remind you. This is a short film. Doesn't take long to watch. Covers the basics. Especially helpful if you've never used Canvas before. And then I've got links and phone numbers for places you can get help. These are the online student guides. They've got a text guide, and they have a number of video guides as well, so that you can watch if it's easier for you to see people do things than to read about it. Yeah, you can email me sometimes, so I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to be a ton of help, at least not via email or anything. But every school in the district has a 24-hour number that you can call. So it's 3 a.m. You need to know how to do something on Canvas. Give them a call at these numbers here. Finally, there's a Canvas app for Android and for iOS. So you can get to those through these links right here. Now, to move forward in through these pages, you just click the next button on the bottom here, like I'm doing. And you can see on the next page, there's the technical resources and support. So this includes Canvas, but also other things that you might need support for in terms of IT, computers, internet, that sort of thing. And finally, have a quick look at how I use Canvas in this class, some of my expectations for you and your expectations for me. Now let me just go back to the home page real quick. Let's take a quick look at the syllabus page. This has a link to the syllabus. You can choose to preview it if you want, or you can download it. Like that. You can preview it in the window. Let me just close here. And this is the textbook. Now, a couple of important things. Make sure you use the ISBN when you're ordering it. And make sure you get the second edition of this book. There's a more recent edition. You don't want that. It's not different enough to justify the extra cost. It'll be easier to find used copies this way, hopefully. So, in addition, I know sometimes there are delays with financial aid and that sort of thing. So I've provided the first three chapters as PDFs so that while you're waiting for your books to come in, waiting for financial aid and so forth, you don't have to get behind. So, the nicest thing about the syllabus page is anything that's due, has a due date, it's on here. It reminds you, it tells you when the due date is, and it has a link to the assignment itself. So, useful, useful, useful. Now, finally, the page you're going to spend the most time at is the modules. And here you can see we just went through the student orientation module, right? That's what we did when we clicked on student orientation. There's also an introductory module, which you need to get through this week, and a course schedule here, which gives you kind of the main dates and the important dates. I don't have assignments on this schedule. It's just sort of what week are we doing, which chapter, which module, that sort of thing. And vacations and last day to drop, that sort of stuff. Now, one of the things you'll notice, this introductory module goes over a lot of what's in the syllabus, but also more. So make sure you do this introductory module. You'll notice these little circles here indicate things that need to be done. You can see here, this says view. So in order to mark this module as complete, you have to have done all of the things that need to be done. You can see we just went to the syllabus and viewed it, and so it marked it as a green check. We're good to go. Once all the circles turn into green checks, chapter 1 will open up. Right now I can't get into it because I haven't finished the prerequisites, which is finishing the entire introductory module. Okay. Most important part of the introductory module, the one you need to get to as soon as you can, if you are intending on staying in this class, is the introductory discussion. This is a mandatory discussion board. You have to do it this week. If you don't do this by Wednesday, I count you as a no-show so that I can make room for students on the wait list. It's the only fair way I could think to do that, because if we wait much longer, then those students may give up and not be on the wait list anymore, and they'll get further behind. And hopefully it sort of sorts things out for you as well. You don't have this wonder of whether you're still taking the class or not. You'll have made up your mind. It's a simple discussion this week. It's just an introduction. Who are you? What's your major? Tell us a story. I don't care about what, as long as it's appropriate to share in a semi-public venue with your fellow students. So that's the simplest thing. That's your very first assignment. It's due on Wednesday. Don't dilly-dally on that, because that is how I will determine whether you're in the class or not. Okay. Let's go back to modules here. So that's the most important thing about the introductory module. I'd say also the second most important thing is this section right after that, which is resources for students. I want to emphasize there's a lot of reading and writing in this class. If you have any concerns about your ability to keep up, I highly recommend going to the library and the library center and the learning center, because they have the resources for you. In some cases, there are tutors either for writing or reading. Sometimes course-specific tutors. I don't know if we have any for anthropology this semester, but it's always good to ask. Because the more you ask, the more they realize we need them. So, if your concerns are surrounding a disability of any kind, physical, invisible, learning, doesn't matter what, talk to the DSPS. Go there, tell them your concerns, and they will they will tell you what you need to do to get accommodations, and they will then sort of send me a letter, or give you a letter to give to me, one of the two, to let me know what I need to do to help you. That is the only sort of legal way I can sort of do this. I mean, I can sort of make some informal arrangements, but I really prefer to have people go to the disability student services folks, because they can offer you more than just what I can. They can offer you services beyond just me giving you extra deadlines or providing subtitling or stuff like that. Okay. The biggest thing that I want to sort of point out to you, and it's something that most students don't realize, but we have our own health services and mental health services on campus. You have paid for this. You pay a fee when you enroll, and it pays for all of this. So you can get, at the health services, you can get information on nutrition, on health, on all sorts of stuff. At the mental health services, you can get information on relationships, or if you are dealing with either yourself or somebody else's substance abuse issues, domestic violence, bad relationships, that kind of thing. Or, honestly, you're just overwhelmed with school, with work, with family. All of you, I know, have multiple responsibilities, okay? community college students are different from other college students because most of us have not given up our lives. I say this because I used to be a community college student. Most of us have not given up the rest of our lives to go to school. We still have lots of things going on. So if it ever feels like too much, go and talk to them. Here's the thing. You've already paid for free therapy sessions. You've already paid for it. It's yours there to take advantage of. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you can't hack it. It's a sign that you're carrying so much on your back right now that it's starting to hurt. And you need to get help before it breaks you. Okay? That's all that is. That's all that being overwhelmed is. It's your body and your mind's way of telling you, I need help. And I'm saying this as somebody who has suffered from anxiety and depression his whole life, and, as well as a disabled student. I have ADHD as well. Get the help. My life improved so much when I finally admitted that I needed help. It changed completely, and I was pretty old when I finally did. So do it now. So that's the end of my PSA here. The next few sections that you can look through at your leisure are about just some general things, tips on how to read, some tips on writing, discussion writing. This is the one I want you to really, really focus on here. Before you start, with the exception of this week, but before you start submitting to the chapter discussions, go over this guideline document here and the sort of summary I've given you here. They are useful notes. Most of it's common sense, but sometimes it's stuff you haven't really thought about. So go over it, remind yourself what it's about. The big thing here is, don't be a jerk. Be respectful of people, and try to contribute. Don't just sort of go, yeah, you're right. Like, tell me why you think I'm right. Tell me exactly what is right about what I'm saying. That sort of thing. Okay. All right. Well, that is it for now. I hope you all have a great semester. I'm really looking forward to it. I've chosen a lot of readings that I really like, that I hope you guys are going to enjoy. And and I hope you all have a good time. So until we meet again, this is David Leitner. I'm your professor, and welcome to Cultural Anthropology. Bye-bye.